Real quick, the only ask I could ever have of you guys is to help spread the word so we can help more women lose body fat, build muscle, reach their goals, and feel insanely confident. And the only way we can do that is if you rate, review, and share this podcast. So the single thing I ask for you to do is if you could leave a review. It will take you 10 seconds. And it will mean the absolute world to me and may change the world of someone else. Every time you are successfully stacking a habit, you are reinforcing a positive behavior. And at this point, your brain recognizes and rewards these patterns, making it more easier and more satisfying to continue. What is going on, my friends? Welcome to the Macro Hour with Nikki Stott, co-founder of WarriorBabe. And on this podcast, we talk about mindset, methodologies, and tactics that will help you lose body fat, build muscle, be strong, and feel insanely confident. I am your host, Nikki Stott, and welcome to today's episode number 91, where my main goal for this podcast today in your ears is to help shift your perspective for long-term success along your fitness journey in terms of mastering the mindset that comes along with that. And, when you really look at an entire fitness journey, we can unpack two sides of it, right? There's the one person or two individuals, the two types of individuals. There's one person that wants like the instant results, wants to put their body in a microwave and out in 30 seconds comes a toned body. And then there's the ones that have an understanding of delayed gratification, right? One's instant gratification, one's delayed gratification. The one with delayed gratification understands that the foundation that they build on a daily basis within months and maybe even years of their fitness journey is what's going to give them the long-term success to be able to keep up with the habits that they're building for themselves and to really embrace, what it is to completely change from where you are right now that maybe not being intertwined with fitness or eating right or going to the gym and working out or the mindset things that really support you along the way to having that foundation laid, like switching the things along the way and building new habits that will be there for the long term. And that really just become an integral, aspect of your lifestyle. And so that's what I really want to shift with you guys is, from the ones that have instant gratification and only looking at like such a short window of time and then expanding that mindset to, looking at the long term and being obsessed with the long game. And, once you can fully accept that your journey may take you 6, 8, 12, 12 months, 2 years, once you fully accept that and you embrace that, your whole mentality on how you look to your journey can entirely shift for the better. And it's less stressful, it's more enjoyable, and all of the things when you're able to shift that. So that's what I really want to talk about that today with you guys, because when you have like a resilient mindset, that is often like to your journey, to your fitness journey, working through the lows, celebrating the highs, being okay with the plateaus. When you really have that type of mindset, that is a big differentiator between those who attain their goals and those who get derailed along the way. So is your mindset supporting you or is it working against you? And if it's working against you, then listen up, because what I'm going to share with you guys today, I hope you can take away and you can start applying these things to your journey. And understand this too, before I dive in. This isn't an overnight process, okay? Even the things I'm going to share with you in terms of the mindset shifts that you have to make, along with the working out and the dietary choices and the nutrition and like X, Y, and Z, these things take time, okay? And so I don't expect you to listen to this podcast and tomorrow wake up and be like, right? Like all the things I'm going to talk about today and like you're putting it into place. I just had a coaching call really quick to share this story with the clients that I swear will never leave me. And I am so okay with that because I love coaching them. But one of them was like, I had a great vacation. You'd be so proud of me. And I'm proud of myself because I knew that if I had all of these shit food while I'm here, my energy would be low. I wouldn't enjoy myself. I could be irritable, X, Y, and Z. But instead, I chose to have, good food. I brought some protein things with me, and I stuck to the choices and said no to things that didn't really serve me. And I had so much better energy. My anxiety was less. And, it took me 4 years. And I'm like, that's great, right? It took her 4 years, though, like to have a successful experience on a vacation. Because I always say, to the clients that are in the VIP or to the clients that are in WarriorBabe or to the clients that I still coach, it's like, your first vacation is a stepping stone to you to learn the things that you may not want to do your next vacation. And then that next vacation, you know the things that you did then that you don't want to do again, but you may still end up doing some of them. And then by your third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 4 years in on vacation, right? You're going to understand how to vacation the right way that isn't supporting of your goals. So that's what I wanted to just in a short little story there. It takes time, okay? So even these things I'm going to share with you today, it takes time to fully grasp and understand. And I would encourage you to come back to this podcast because some things may resonate with you right now. Some things may resonate with you in 6 months that I'm saying. Everybody is at a different process of their journey, and they're willing to accept things now and maybe not, and then maybe accept things later. So just take that with a grain of salt. All right, guys? Cool. So the first thing that I want to dive into talking about to you guys that will help with a shift in perspective to long-term success along your fitness journey and to help with your mindset. And I know that you guys have probably heard this time and time again from either myself or other people that are in the fitness space, but I just want to nail it home that patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Like I said to the two people that we can unpack here, a lot of people want immediate results, right? Like every drop of sweat, every meal choice that they make feels like an investment, and y'all want and expect returns on that immediately. However, I need you guys to understand, I really need it to be drilled into your brain, that true fitness success is not instantaneous. It is a journey. And it is often a long one. I am 8 years into my journey and I am still learning things on a daily basis. So when you embrace, like what I said earlier, the journey, not the month or weeks of your starting out journey, or even if you're 3 months in, you're starting your journey at that point. It's like baby steps there. You're still learning how to lay the foundation for yourself. So when you embrace that, your journey may take 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years to change these habits that you've had leading up to this point that weren't helping you or making you gain weight. If you can embrace it, your journey may take this long. You set yourself up for lasting success. Understanding that every step, even the setbacks, is a part of the growth process that you were on. Hey, just want to drop a huge appreciation to you guys listening to the show. It means a lot. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and there's so much more to come with it. If you are enjoying it, hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate that tons. And also, it would help this podcast reach others who need to hear these messages too. Thanks so much, guys. Let's get back to the show. I just want to drill that into your head that you got to accept that patience is a virtue. You also got to think about it in this light. I like to use the marathon analogy. Think of fitness as running a marathon, not as a sprint. I'm sure you guys have heard that. This is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. Sprinters use all of their energy in short bursts, but marathon runners pace themselves, understanding that there is a long road ahead. How many of you guys have ran half marathons, right? I can think about this for myself for the first time that I ran a half marathon, and this so goes incongruent with a fitness journey. You burn out your energy in the first mile, and then when you're getting to mile 7, 8, 9, 10, you are hating yourself that you tried to get ahead of everybody at the beginning, right? That is exactly how it goes for this type of analogy. Your fitness journey is a marathon. You have to pace yourself at the beginning, be realistic with yourself, be honest with yourself, and things that have to change to support you for the long term and the long road ahead, right? In the same way, viewing fitness as a long-term commitment rather than just a quick race can shift your focus from immediate results to accepting the sustainable progress that you're about to be on and about to be making. So use that analogy whenever you need it. Be reminded of the analogy. I'm sure you've heard it before, but like maybe it's hitting and resonating with you today in a different light. Another thing with patience as a virtue is embracing plateaus, okay? There will be periods where you feel stuck. I already talked about this in a very recent podcast where the scale doesn't budge or the strength doesn't increase. But understand that these plateaus are completely normal to your fitness journey. They're not a sign of failure, but they're rather a sign of indication that your body is adapting to something. It's adapting to what you've never done before. It's getting used to this. It's, whatever new habits you're implementing, it's getting used to, it's adapting. These moments can be used also to reassess, to refine, to refocus on your goals. Okay, it doesn't mean that you need to give up. It means like, okay, my body's adapting here. How can I just focus in on shifting my mindset to understanding that this isn't a setback, and that if I just keep going in 2 weeks, I'm going to break through this plateau. And I keep doing the same things, literally. That's what it really comes down to. You don't need to change anything up. You just need to keep doing the things. Okay, so this all really encompasses patience is a virtue. Patience is a huge virtue, my friends. The second thing that I want to talk about is consistency over intensity. So imagine you trying to get through all of your workouts in one intense 20-hour session. Not only is that approach so freaking unsafe, but it is also so freaking ineffective. And I just talked about this in a very recent podcast too as well, with the importance of rest days. But fitness overall is a game of consistency. So spreading your efforts, such as like working out for an hour across a 20-day period, is far more beneficial than you trying to go all out for 3 hours in the gym for the first 2 weeks of you starting your fitness journey. Not only is that a far more beneficial approach, but it also allows for recovery, for adaptation, and for growth. Because you guys know that I've said this time and time again, you don't build muscle inside of the gym. You build muscle in the following hours with proper nutrition, sleep, hydration, all of the things after that workout. So it's not about how hard you can go all at once, you guys. It's not about how hard you need to change all of these things when you're first starting your fitness journey. So many people focus on changing 100 things when really you need to just focus on one thing, whether that may be drinking more water, whether that may be throwing out all the processed shit inside of your house and putting in whole foods so that you have more better options to choose from, right? It's not about how hard you can go at once and changing up 100 things, but how consistent you can maintain your effort over time. How consistent can you maintain eating whole foods over processed foods? How consistent can you maintain drinking more water on a daily basis? How consistent can you maintain going outside for a walk more times than you've done in the last 6 months? Okay? Because when you focus on consistency over intensity, not only does it help with the risk of burnout, right? Going all in might feel commendable, but it's not sustainable. So understanding that when you focus on consistency over intensity, it may often lead, when you focus on intensity, it will lead to burnout, it will lead to injuries, it will lead to fatigue. But if you have the consistent approach, this ensures that you keep showing up day after day, right? Instead of trying to go all in at once, you're focusing on the more sustainable approach by just showing up day after day. And then, I really harp on this too. So when you're talking about consistency over intensity, fitness is much more about mental growth as it is the physical too as well, right? So like physically getting stronger, but you're also mentally getting stronger. And so consistent routines not only improve muscle strength, but they also boost mental resilience, discipline, and focus. So when I said at the beginning of the podcast that it's often the resilient mindset is often the key indicator and the key differentiator between those who actually reach their fitness goals in a sustainable manner, and then the difference between the ones that actually get derailed along the way is the fact that people can keep up with consistent routines. Because it helps build the discipline, it helps build the focus, right? I've talked about motivation versus discipline before. I don't believe in motivation. Motivation ebbs and flows. You really got to develop your discipline muscle. You got to be able to show up even when the temptation is that you don't want to show up, when you don't feel like going to the gym, when you've had a long, stressful day. the discipline is that you still show up for yourself and you focus on getting your workout done. And you can do that by consistently day by day showing up for yourself. And over time, those mental gains that you are developing, they play a significant role in overcoming challenges and then maintaining the ebbs and flows of motivation. And that's huge, you guys, to understand. Fitness isn't just about the physical strength that you are doing. It is also about the mental growth that you are establishing for yourself. So we just talked about consistency over intensity. The first pillar was more about patience is a virtue, right? So marrying these two things together is how you are going to shift your perspective from immediate instant results to delayed gratification and long-term success with your fitness journey. And then the last one is huge. This one that I want to dive into is freaking huge because you have to undergo this in order to lay a solid foundation, right? I say this a lot with our VIP community. Your coach, the people that you work with, focus on laying the foundation for you. And so many of you guys are focused on like the decorations that are going to be in the second bedroom and the drapes that are going to hang from your master bedroom, right? You're so focused on like all these other things that are not necessarily important yet until you lay down a solid foundation of creating better habits than what you did a month or 6 months ago that need to be shifted, or else you're just going to find yourself back in that same boat. And they need to be shifted in order to create long-term success. So the power of habit stacking. And if you guys haven't read the book Atomic Habits, I highly recommend that you do, because it is I just tell everybody that's in the fitness space, it's one of the key books that we have our Warrior Babes read. It is just a game changer when it's helping you to shift your perspective in this way, like I'm talking about today. But because success in fitness is often about the small habits that you integrate daily, right? Instead of overhauling your entire life, start by stacking one good habit on top of another, right? Instead of trying to change 100 different things at once, start by stacking one good habit on top of another. For instance, maybe you begin with like a 10-minute morning stretch, then you add a healthy breakfast, followed by like a midday walk, and so on, right? But you start with something. And then over time, these stacked habits form a solid foundation, ensuring you that your fitness journey is sustainable and enjoyable. It's not about, on day one of my fitness journey, change up everything. While there are the mindsets that people can do that, it's like 95% of people cannot. And so by beginning by just waking up and stretching for 2 weeks, and then you add in focusing on a healthy breakfast, you will move into these habits just normally throughout your day once you stack them on top of each other. And think about it like this. Think of each habit as like a unique plant. For all my plant moms that are out there, you can see all behind me if you're watching on video that I have plants. I love plants, so I love using this analogy. So think of each habit as a unique plant, right? Alone, by itself, it might look insignificant, but when it's combined with other habits, you start building a thriving ecosystem. And this ecosystem supports and sustains itself, right? So for instance, regular exercise might improve your sleep quality, which in turn boosts your energy levels for your next workout the next day. So think about how they all stack on top of each other, right? And you can build an entire fitness ecosystem by just stacking one habit on another. Regular exercise will help improve your sleep, which then will give you the energy to go crush your workout the next day and the following days. And then when you're doing this, I think it's really important which a lot of people overlook this, is that you reinforce and you reward yourself. Every time you are successfully stacking a habit, you are reinforcing a positive behavior. And at this point, your brain recognizes and rewards these patterns, making it much more easier and more satisfying to continue. A lot of people don't recognize that people are doing that, but think about it. The easiest one that I can paint light to is you going to the gym and how good you feel after that, right? You're reinforcing, and you feel so good about yourself. You're reinforcing a positive behavior. Your brain recognizes that positive feel-good hormones, all of the things, and it will reward these patterns for you, which will make it much more fun and much more satisfying to go get your workout done. And then over time, these stacked habits become second nature. They're integral parts of your daily routine that you'll miss when skipped. Trust me when I say that. When I'm in this fitness journey for 8 years, right? And I miss a workout in a week, I miss that workout. I cannot preface enough the mood swings that I experience when I don't move my body as normally as I do. And when I miss a day or I miss 2 days or I go a little bit of an extended period of time without working out and then I go and work out, I miss that workout so much. I miss moving my body that so freaking much. And I find that everything else is just so much easier at that point and so much more satisfying too as well. So when you stack these, it literally just becomes a part of your lifestyle. But it's so important to understand what I just said at the beginning is that you need to start stacking one good behavior on top of another. And that's why I think it's really important that you have like a fitness coach or somebody that's coaching you along the way, because that coach, not only are they important for the tools of like nutrition and workouts, but they can hold you accountable to stacking these daily habits for yourself that you may not be able to follow. Actually, I think habits are the hardest thing for people to follow through on establishing for themselves. So find yourself a good coach. If you need WarriorBabe and you want to check out WarriorBabe, check out the description below about our VIP program. We have 30 coaches on our team, professional certified coaches who do this every single day with our clients. So, in conclusion, you guys, of this podcast, talking about these 3 pillars, right? The power of habit stacking, consistency over intensity, and patience is a virtue. Understanding that shifting your mindset from seeking quick fixes to embracing consistency and gradual growth is insanely vital for you to have long-term success with your fitness journey. It's about understanding that fitness is not a destination, but a journey of self-discovery, of developing self-resilience, of developing self-perseverance. And with the right mindset, every challenge that you occur on your fitness journey, which you will encounter challenges and setbacks, but you'll recognize that this just becomes an opportunity and a lesson propelling you towards long-term success. Okay, so don't think that your whole journey is going to be sunshine and rainbows, because I'm telling you, it's not. It's going to be up and down until it's like you recognize the things that can make you better in each of these down moments as an opportunity to shift things and be better at. And that's just going to propel you to be able to tackle all of the new setbacks that come your way. And then all of these things just become second nature. And that is how you shift your mindset away from instant results, right? For people that go into a fitness journey and wanting results in 2 months by following whatever plan this person may be telling you to do, you're so focused on the outcome that you're forgetting about paying attention to the habits that you're trying to build within that really quickly. And if you can switch that, you can see results quickly, but pay attention to the habits that you're building so that those habits can serve you for the long term, so you're not coming out of this quick result and then gaining all of your weight back. That's what happens. And that's why I say that the habit part that I just spoke to is so hard for people to do, because they're so focused on the outcome and the destination rather than the actual journey that you are on, which encompasses not just the physical strength, but also the mental growth. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that podcast. I enjoyed sharing it with you guys. If you guys did like it, please screenshot it, put it on your socials, your story, tag me. I love watching the impact that this podcast is making for everybody listening. All right, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, real quick. If you're interested in taking your body to the next level, lose body fat, build more muscle, feel more confident, do it alongside one of our 30+ professional coaches. Work one-on-one with her to eliminate all of the guesswork that you may have, and all you need to do is just do the work that she tells you to do to get to those goals of yours. Now, to learn more, click the link below this podcast and apply to our VIP program right now.